Hello and welcome to SCS Podcast. I am your host Mohammad Kamran. Today comes a day of great pleasure and honor. It's because today in our studio we have invited worthy and honorable Dean of Sime Medical University in the house. I'm pleased to invite Ma'am Miss Natalya Balashkevich. Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Hi, everybody. My name is Natalya, and I'm a dean of the School of Working with the International Students. And I feel happy. I'm very glad to be here, and thanks for inviting me
My
to
pleasure.
participate
My
in
pleasure.
SMU Students Podcast team.
Ma'am, let's get straight to what our norm used to be of the podcast. Because before we have also conducted this podcast, why and how SMU? Uh, students fair especially they are interested. Ma'am, how she came and how she landed into SMU finally. From the very beginning. Can you please explain?
Yeah, sure. You know, it was 1996
Oh,
when
that was no.
yes, when I finished the school, and then I decided where I want to enter to, and I decided to become a medical doctor, maybe because of advices of my parents, first of all. And since that time period, my professional life is connected tightly with Seme Medical University.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, really, my professional life is quite long, but I think
I
that
know.
it's yeah, we can leave it.
Absolutely.
We can leave it. Now I'm here and sitting in front of you as a dean. Yeah.
So, ma'am, as far as we know you, when we first time came here, we got introduced to you, Natalia, ma'am, who works as a part of children's psychology. Who teach psychology to the children. How it was as a discipline. You chose this discipline by conviction. No, this time I'm going to teach the students. The psychology, the part of it, how it's applicable in the real medical fields. It was only your conviction, or rather, you just started to go with the flow. Now I will decide to teach, psychology to the students. I mean, was it your real conviction, or you only went according to the flow? Now I will teach them psychology.
You know, I love psychology because I guess if you want to know world, first of all, you have to um, know
Learn
yourself,
psychology.
yeah, properly. And while my medical practice, when I worked with the patients, I recognized that it's impossible to control state of health um, only with help of prescriptions of medicines, but also necessary to do something with the psycho-emotional state of patients. It was
That's true.
about psychosomatic diseases, and then I decided that I would like to know more about this, and that's why I had additional specialization in psychiatry, psychotherapy, and clinical psychology.
That's what we don't know.
Yeah.
That was interesting part. So,
Yeah.
so ma'am, continuing further, you have seen a lot of students from different ethnicities, maybe from international students, some Russians, Indians, Pakistanis, locals. Ma'am, how do you assess the difference of psychologies? Is there any sort of psychology? The way of thinking, the way of approaching towards a particular sphere of problems. Like, what difference do you access in international students? Foreign students and the local students. Is there any kind of difference you saw?
Mm, you know, about differences, I don't love this word differences because I think that first we have to find something common, something joining people, yeah? Because here we say about integration of international
No,
students, yeah.
I'm not discriminating at this moment, but
Yeah.
I'm just telling you,
Okay.
is there any way, because when we belong from different geographies, when we belong
Yeah.
from different ethnicities, obviously there is sometimes, a room available for thinking, differently. There is some kind of differential available always. So that's why, as a psychologist, it's your, job to assess the minimalistic possible, the approaches. So, what approaches you saw that distinguished, foreign student approach towards a particular problem and local student approach towards a particular problem?
Okay, if
That's
you
what I was. That's what I was, about to ask.
if Yeah, it's clear. If you insist about this, I want to say about some features. You know, international students are quite open and they can express
Yes.
their
I see.
emotions, their thoughts easily. Because maybe because of some historical events, etc. Our Kazakhstani students and generally people they live in frames. Unfortunately, yeah, that's why not always it's quite easy for us to express what we really feel, what we really think, and our emotions always are under control. But I love this feature in international students when they are quite open.
Yes.
And you know, we recognized
Thanks.
this feature in international students while classes when we practiced interviewing of the patient, and even my colleagues they recognized this feature. They said, look, they are quite natural while interviewing of the patient, and
Yeah.
really we liked it. That's all.
So that was a very interesting response from your side, ma'am. I remember the day I was in third course. I remember when I first saw you when it was your first day when you took over as dean. I saw you outside the dean office. I also wished you. I don't remember you remember it or not, but you were looking quite bold and confident. So the first day you took over as dean, I mean last year. So how was the first experience when you were informed now you are going to be the dean, and you are heading towards such a big responsibility? I mean, how it felt? Were you ready for such a big responsibility, or you thought that no, it's not the right time to do it? How it was?
It was very stressful,
Yeah.
really.
I expect that kind of response.
Yeah.
We should be correct
Because
sometimes.
yeah, you know, despite my professional experience as a medical teacher within 18 years, yeah, of course at that time I felt, yes, I am experienced, yes, I am ready to be this specialist, yeah. But when I faced with an absolutely new experience, for me, from time to time, I felt confused. And from time to time, it was absolutely difficult for me to become
Yes.
strong emotionally. But at the same time, I understand that there is an opportunity behind every challenge.
Yes.
Yeah, and now I understand that despite difficulties, despite problems, despite challenges, I have a very great chance here to do something fruitful for the students, for the university, and of course for my professional and personal development too.
Rightly said. There is every single door of fruitfulness opening after every challenge. Ma'am, coming to a very a mixed type of question. I mean, you have been teaching foreign students before you were dean, and is there any kind of it's a mix of question in my angle. Can you please tell me one best part and one worst part of teaching foreign students?
Very interesting.
Huh.
You know, um, one word,
Yes, one word.
one word, like insight for me about international students, maybe kids. What does mean? What does mean to be a kid? No, like ability to express pure love. Yeah,
Yes.
I guess. And when you dive into this vibe, yeah, it's felt magic, really. But on the other hand, when we say about kids, not always they are ready to be good disciplines. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, uh, these are, I mean, you have, being a psychologist, now I can acknowledge now you have really went to the core of what, foreign student thinking is when it comes to abroad. So, ma'am, coming to a very serious question. I mean, every part, every responsibility, it comes with a lot of challenge also. Ma'am, now currently working as a dean, how do you face? I mean, what kinds of challenges are in front of you that you're facing now as a dean? Do you think, and what was the biggest challenge you faced when you first took over as dean?
Mm, maybe issue of management, of
Huh?
course.
Yes, yes.
Also,
Rank
yeah, also I
Yeah.
understand that we have to provide digitalization of all processes,
Yes.
including maybe addressing
Yes.
of students to the office.
That I was about to question.
Yes.
Typical psychologist answer. So,
That's all, I guess.
uh-huh. Ma'am, another problem that we currently see is outside the dean office. I mean, that may be challenging to you also. That has the potential of prolonging your working hours as well. Mental fatigue and stress that aids into these factors as well. In some particular seasons, we see prolonged queues outside the dean office. I'm sure being a psychologist, it triggers in your mind that it will also have some impact on the students. I mean, as a psychologist, what do you think and what should be done to resolve this kind of problem so that there is no accumulation of such long queues outside the dean office?
Clear. I guess that not need to say as a psychologist, because here I guess I play the role of a manager. And I think that we already did one important thing when passport visa specialists, they moved to another room, and now you see that queue became much more less. Yeah.
Yes.
But no, a little bit joke, but it's connected with the truth. Yeah. And what we are going to improve again, it's about digitalization.
Yes.
And it takes time, and
Obviously,
I
good
very
things take time to happen.
yes,
Certainly, it will also.
that's why I very hope that we will provide this service too. And
Uh-huh. Ma'am, uh, taking you down to some recent memory lanes. Recently, we had the festival of Diwali. I mean, since now you're working from here a very long period of time, what was it in when you first experienced, festivals like Diwali, be it Eid, be it Holi, or any other festival that's specifically associated with the international student community? I mean, how it felt?
I felt excited.
Mhm.
It was really it was very valuable, very interesting experience for me. And you know that some students discovered for me from very hidden at the same time very pleasant sides. What do I mean? Some students demonstrated their competencies as managers, and other students demonstrated their talents in performances.
Every child is
And
special.
yeah, and I felt, amazing energy that time. And also I saw that really guys worked hard. And they demonstrated very strict discipline. And when I have seen the results, then, I felt proud. I felt happy. And also, I decided and I thought that I really love those guys. And I'm
Thanks a
ready.
lot.
And I'm ready to do everything what I can to support them.
Well, those applauds mean a lot, ma'am, and thanks a lot from their side as well, from our side as well. And coming to the point when you told me that from 1996 you have been in this university, you have been a part of this university, and the foreign student diaspora has been here from that very time. And have you managed to learn some words of Urdu, Hindi, anything? Or did you ever feel interested that no, this language I should learn? I am working with foreign students here, and here it has been a lot. It has been a very long time since foreign students are coming here. Now I should try my hand at this Hindi. I should try my hand at this Urdu. Did you feel any need?
Acha.
Oh,
And
that's
shukriya.
Ah.
No, several words more. But several years ago, our colleague, Indian medical doctor, Professor Amitabh Arya, visited our university, and we had a lot of talks. And that time we determined that there are many similar words in Hindi, Urdu, Kazakh, and Russian. Imagine,
yes.
like Mohammad, Dunia,
Dunya, kitab,
kitab, naan,
piyaz,
sahar,
piyaz,
chai.
da.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And really, and after that, we determined, really, we have common roots.
Yeah. Absolutely determined. And ma'am, coming to once again some serious downlanes, what do you now think as of now? You're heading the institution as far as the foreign medical students are concerned. What do you think is yet to be done in SMU that literally suits the favor of student interest, that literally serves their interest? What is yet to be done in their favor? As far as you are the dean, what do you look forward to do?
No, it's again about management. It's again about creating maybe new possibilities for development. Also, maybe creating new facilities for the students. And we should do this constantly, taking feedback from the students for recognition their current problems. Unfortunately, not always we can manage everything. And of course, as you said before, good things take time.
Take time to happen.
Yeah. At the same time, we try. We try and we do.
So that's literally a part to appreciate that our management is trying to figure out and accept that certain loops which are in that. Ma'am, certain kind of problem which earlier I was about to question you is the students now, when we told them that we are going to conduct a special podcast session with the dean, and we also asked for their opinion, how you feel that what kinds of questions should we ask them. So they told that can you a majority of them told that can you please from our side ask that what is specifically done to ensure a good contact and good communication between the departments, upside downside, I mean relationship of education with those of accounts, with those of any other department like passports and visa something, because it's international student affairs dealing, it requires a lot of documentation, etc. So what there is done to ensure smooth transition of communication between different departments.
Thank you for the question. It's again about two things, about management and digitalization. And we are going to introduce for usage new platform and since next academic year. And I very hope that it will be successful for us to manage this problem too.
That means keeps will be replaced if things go
No,
well.
we have such plan.
So I think this news will be very much music to the ears of some students who find sometimes it very troublesome and difficult to handle and operate. Ma'am, recently on 13th of September, from the dean office we heard the news that they are setting up some anti-suicide kind of programs for students. They also call students to participate in it. I now also ask you a question, being a psychologist, because first you were psychologist, then you became dean. So I mean, what purpose was for this anti-suicidal program, and how it is progressing now on 13th of September?
About this event, that that day, 13th of September, it was an event about international anti-suicide day, something like this. And why this problem is actual in our days. Unfortunately, everyday stresses.
Yes, academic life depression.
Absolutely agree with you. And also that event was initiated by Department of Psychiatry and Narcology of Semey Medical University. And of course, we provided such possibility, inviting our students. And about psycho-emotional stresses and also about psychosocial support. I guess that international students also need this. And what did we do now? I very hope that you heard that we have international students government, and among those
this.
guys, we have psychosocial welfare club, and two people from fifth year students are responsible, Abdul Rahman and Aksami Mon, for boys and for girls respectively.
So that's also, a very fruitful information that you shared about the international students government. It's to add in this, it's very keen to notice that if a student gets involved in such activities, I mean, apart from academics, it literally helps him, to calm down his thinking capability so that he doesn't get involved in such things like depression and then suicide and some etc. God forbid it happens in any case of the society. Ma'am, any we after the progress of all these things, we then came to know about the Russian speaking club, and it's set up, and teachers are teaching in full flow, whether being it online or offline mode, wherever they get time. Ma'am, can you please tell me about the progress of that Russian speaking club, how it is going?
Thank you for this question. Yeah, because Russian Speaking Club was created on initiative of Dean Office, and why we decided to initiate it. Systematically, we received many requests from the students that they would like to speak Russian better, because some students already have plans to continue their postgraduate education here in Semey Medical University, and also it's important for first and second year students now.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Compulsory.
internship is for compulsory, and as you understand, communication with the patients as well as with the medical personnel will happen in Russian. And that's why we decided to open it. And I want to say that it's absolutely free for the students, and classes are offline only. Yeah, and also we invited teachers from different departments of our university, and we asked them to prepare a glossary terms on their subjects, and also words just for usual communication. And also some volunteers from local students are involved into this type of activity, and I very hope that those classes will be helpful for the students.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, traditionally, which the Russian language we get to learn in the first or second course is, simply the terms or anything, etc., which we will use in our day-to-day life here. But practically, what we think that first and second year course, when they finish and when they go to the internship, they're gonna get used to some medical terms, some medical abbreviations, or any other topics. So I think from that very point of time, for that very aspect, it's very much important that teachers, prepare a glossary, as you said. Hats off to them that they are taking time from their usual schedule and helping them. And of course, you mentioned that it's absolutely free, and students can join and you can enroll there and continue learning Russian. Uh, Ma'am, turning to a related issue like this is the internship, which we recently discussed. Is the internship program of students, I mean, once they finish fifth year, I mean, we have seen certain students here deciding to stay back here and continue their internship. I mean, how it has been, and what are its progress and results? Can you please tell in elaboration, because it's that context which is yet to be known about the internship program for the foreign students, and then we will move on to our last segment of this podcast, and then it will finish.
Okay. About internship, no, really, I think that about this issue, I can say a lot. But here, as I understand, we have a brief conversation, but about main points. And here also, I can give brief response to what does it mean. You know that this year, this academic year, 3 international students came to us to be internship students. I know, I'm sure that you know them. Yeah, Dua, Mizab, and Sajid. Yeah.
Not actually, but
Yeah, now you
I
know.
heard. Yeah, now I know.
Okay, yeah. And really, I also feel proud because I remember those guys when they were students of undergraduate study. And also about providing classes and providing some possibilities for international students in internship. We, as I told you before, arranged classes of Russian language and about details, how to enter, about some official things, about details. We are going to arrange meeting together with the dean of the School of Postgraduate Education for 4th and 5th year students, and of course students will be informed additionally.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think that this is enough for this question.
Ma'am, last question.
Okay.
I mean, how you see SMU finally doing in, if we see 5 years starting from now up to 5 years, how you see SMU doing?
Oof. I guess it's difficult to predict what will happen in several years, but you know, I very hope that that everything will be okay because our university was established, as you know, I guess, in 1953.
Yeah.
And we
In Soviet time.
yes, and we already created very valuable legacy, and I hope that we can save it, enrich it, and transfer to following generations. And also we continue a realization of high qualified educational service for all students who would like to be ours. Thank you.
So that was it. So that's a wrap on today's podcast. We hope everyone along there enjoyed the podcast and listened to the valuable insights which our dean she spread light upon. So that's it. We hope you enjoyed the podcast. We hope you like this video, you share this video, and also subscribe to our channel. And such podcast will also be available in future also. We hope you stay tuned at it. Stay safe. Goodbye.
Bye.